Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks DIY Garage. Well, as you can see, I'm in front of my Wildfire lift here, and I've noticed I'm having some problems with it not quite clicking in quite right. And so I'm going to show you kind of how to adjust one of these. Not a lot on doing this, that's why I'm doing this video. So I am going to also leave it up to you that if you do anything I do and you hurt yourself or mess your machine up, I am not responsible. Your safety is up to you, and if you don't like the way I'm doing something, don't do it. So I've noticed that this seems to be getting further away. I think that maybe the cables have stretched a little bit. Admittedly, I also have been leaving it all the way down, even with a car on it. As you can see, I got a car on it, and I've been doing some work on the back of it, so I had it laying there, and when it's all the way down, I hadn't realized that the pressure on the cable is still there. So it says you're not really supposed to hold the weight on the cables, although I think that's more just don't get under it when the weight's on the cables. Make sure it's all the way on the locks. But not only do these stretch some and things, I've moved it around a little bit in my garage, so I need to do some adjustments here. As you watch here, okay, you hear that first boom or first little movement, and if I go up underneath here, you can see that lock is not locked in. We're not getting underneath it, but I'm showing you with the camera. That's not locked in, and it's quite a ways down. That is locked in there, or is in the hole anyhow. And this one, I believe, is up in the hole as well. It's hard to see there, but take my word for it. These ones would have clicked all the way in if the two in the front weren't off from them a little bit, which I'm not as worried about that. But then, I'm hopefully not making you sick, but then, whoop, that one goes in, this one goes in before that one there. Alright, so you can see that one is in with a little bit of space in there. I'm not going to put my finger up in there because we're still not on the locks. But this one here is still got about a ½ inch or a little more to go before it locks in. The two on that side are in the holes as we speak, just kind of the way I showed you before. So basically what I'm saying, I need to bring this one up or bring this one down. Now, since this one's in the hole, those two are in the hole, and this one's not, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. So I'm up here. Admittedly, I'm on the runway and the ladder both to do this, and basically I got a couple crescent wrenches. I'm not sure what size this was. I think I do have one wrench that fits, but I'm not too worried about it right now. So I got that one and that one, and I'm gonna break the top nut loose, and I am going to go, let's see, we need to go down. So I need to figure out how far I want to be, and what I would normally probably do is probably mark where I'm at up here and figure it out. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put like that there, so that gives me a good idea of how much plus I need to go. And then I'm going to get a wrench down here to hold this down here, and I'm going to turn it and lift it. See, that's not really working. Let's see here. I'm going to use my smaller wrench on the top, and I'm going to bring this back down again and get this one up here, and holding this bottom down here, I'm going to bring this up. Well, maybe got too tight. I'm going to bring this up probably a little more than a ½ inch, because when I had it set down there, I could tell I was a little bit up in the hole here, and I still hadn't clicked into this one over here. So I'm going to bring it up probably a ½ inch plus another 1/4 or so. Then I'm going to lock that down. There, if I can just, nope. A little bit hard because I got too big of a wrench on the bottom down here, but then lock those together. Hopefully that'll take care of some of my differences here. We shall see. So now it is all the way around. It is sitting on the locks right now. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this up and see if anything changed here. Hopefully this will have leveled it out side to side as far as when it goes in the locks. Good. So there is definitely still 2 clicks here. Okay, so there's the first one. So this one now is not in, and that one is in. I'm gonna go look at the other side and see where we're at. Now, when it's like this, do not get underneath it. It's not safe. Probably should be doing this without a car on top as well. Okay, so looking at this, I need to bring that back down a little bit. Just maybe if I would have stopped without adding that little extra, I would have been dead on. So basically I need to bring it down. Let's see here. So basically this one is less than a 1/4 inch from going in, and this one is about a 1/4 inch past going in, maybe a little less. So I'm going to knock this one down a little bit, do the same thing I just did, probably going to bring it down some. I also have noticed that those in the back there are up already probably that much into the hole, so they are up quite a bit. So I may actually lower those down some as well. So hopefully next time you see this, it will be clicking at the same time. So I think I got it side to side here real good. But what I did is I went ahead and I took this and I lowered it down. It's actually in the hole here, but it's not sitting on the bottom. So I took it to where I can measure from the top of the brake to the bottom of here, but where it's setting in. Hopefully that makes sense. And I'm exactly at 1 inch. So I'm going to go around and measure from here up and make sure my measurement to the bottom of that hole is exactly 1 inch all the way around. Yet again, I'm going to go do that off camera. Alright, and I went all the way around. These two are exactly 1 inch. I mean, dead on, side to side. I'm happy there. The two on the back are exactly 1.25 inches above. So, technicality, those ones are going to actually lock a 1/4 inch before these ones. I'm pretty okay with that. In fact, we're going to go up and I'll show you this. There's not enough movement in this that I really am worried about it. I was more worried about that was off quite a bit over from side to side here, and we are really good. And yet again, the way we're sitting, this whole thing is just a little bit that way, but as soon as we set it down on these locks, it is pretty well dead even. Real close anyway. So watch this right here and join with me to see how well hopefully it does. So you saw that first dunk and then boom. That was that 1/4 inch difference right there. I might mess with it another time, but right now, not worried about it at all. Well, it's been probably about a month since I did the beginning of this and started adjusting things. And everything, I just now checked it, and everything, these ones at 1 inch were dead on side to side, and those were dead on 1 1/4 inch side to side. So everything's the same as it was. And I've had a couple cars on here, lifted them up and down several times since I've done that, and everything seems to be working fine, except for, I will say, I do think I am going to go ahead and adjust those back ones and just try and get it as close as I can, because here's one of the biggest reasons why you need to do this. I hope this comes out. I'm going to have to kind of fiddle with it because I almost have to accidentally really mess up to make it happen. But here's my deal. If I'm lifting it up and think they're all clicked in, and usually it happens when I'm putting it down and I want to bring it down a couple of like notches or something like that, then if I don't bring this handle back, I'll show you. If I don't let off this handle at the right time, then it might click in here but not click in on the back or even one of the backs, and it'll start doing this kind of thing. And when you have a car on there, that's very, very scary and dangerous. So I'm going to, without a car on it, try to kind of explain what I'm talking about. So I don't want to go anymore, but you can see that is not in there. That is not in there. And it does seem to be on this one here. I don't know why, if this is, I think this one is a little bit higher, but as far as where they lock in, nope. That one is just like barely jammed in right there. And that one is unlocked there. So this one right here just barely is caught, which is holding this up and letting all the rest of them down. And like I showed you, it took me a while just to do it on purpose. It's rarely happens, but it's happened a couple of times to where it's nerve-wracking enough that I feel like I need to go ahead and adjust those back ones so that they're all just right. Better safe than sorry. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that. I was making this video, I was going to do a 6-month review, but this turned out a little bit more in depth and something that I figured maybe a lot of people might want to see kind of all by itself rather than watching through a whole video of things. But if you enjoyed this, please go check out that video. It'll be coming, where am I at? I think we're at 4 or 5 months, I don't know, a month or two from when this first comes out. It should easily be here, hopefully. So the best way to find things for me is if you go to my channel, go to my playlist, and I will actually have a playlist on this Wildfire lift. So go check that out, and I have everything from when I set it up. That's a couple videos. What else do I have? I have a couple videos. I haven't done a ton of videos on this particular thing exactly yet. But there's couple videos there of setting it up, and I think kind of after everything is up type thing. And then I think I'm also going to have the 6-month review, as well as I have some hacks and modifications that I've done to this as well. That's going to be another video. Yet again, the 6-month thing and those were kind of going together, but I found that those videos are just going to be too long. The hacks one, it'll probably be a little longer because I have some really good ideas for things I want to do too, and with this that are kind of cool ideas. So that might be a little bit longer till it comes out, but keep an eye out for that one as well. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching Junkworks DIY Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.